A crack suddenly appeared in the newly built dam. Seeing the river gushing out of the crack, mathematicians quickly calculated that the dam will burst in 68 minutes. If it's not repaired in time, the millions of people below the dam will undoubtedly be killed. What should we do now? At this critical moment, John suddenly remembered that blood coagulates when there's a wound in the body, and they could consider freezing the river water at the dam's cracks as well. That would give them a chance to fix it. He immediately found a 30-meter long hose and filled it with ammonium nitrate, which absorbs heat when it comes into contact with water. Then he aimed the outlet of the hose at the crack in the dam. At the same time, David volunteered to bring the freshly prepared quick-drying cement and quickly descended to the crack in the dam. Then when he reached the designated spot, John above immediately released the ammonium nitrate in the hose. The water in the crack instantly solidified when it met the ammonium nitrate, and the flow of water outside the dam also stopped. But David only has 90 seconds. He must complete the repair within 1 minute and return in time. It looks like the first few meters are going well, but just as he was about to finish, the last crack was too far away. David couldn't reach it. At this critical moment, David decided to take the plunge. When the rope was long enough, he swung himself to the crack with all his might. Then he filled his mouth with quick-drying cement, but the accident still happened. The rope was derailed due to the excessive force just now, and then it was about to break again. In a moment of urgency, John had David create a couple of steps at his feet with quick-drying cement, only to see the rope break in the next second. David also stabilized his body in time under the effect of the steps. He finally made it to the shore without a hitch, but a new problem soon followed. An alarm went off in the reservoir control room, and team member Tony realized that the water level in the dam has exceeded 10% of its normal capacity. Apparently the reservoir's drainage system had been blocked by something. He immediately said he wanted to do a gastroenteroscopy of the reservoir himself. Tony then rushed to find a battery with a propeller and a hose. A simple dredge was soon made and put a sports camera on the front, so it can be visualized like a gastroenteroscopy. John informs them that time is running out. They have 20 minutes before the dam collapses, so they rush the unclogger down the drain with the current, and they find that a tree branch caught in the storm has jammed the drain. Tony immediately started the propeller. The drain was cleared in no time, but the sudden increase in water flow accidentally swept one of the team members into it. The two men panicked instantly. If we don't get him out soon, not only will the swift current drown the other, the turbine in the reservoir will also churn him to pieces in an instant. At the moment of crisis, Jack threw the calculation of the water current. Jack calculated that his teammates would be at the next drain in 64 seconds, so he and John rushed to the exit with sandbags and netting. Then he threw it at the right moment. The netting caught his teammate in the air, and then the two of them rushed to pull him up, but they thought the crisis was over. But Lisa in the control room suddenly realized, due to the effect of the dredge, 2 of the 3 turbines in the dam were broken, and this will cause the water level of the reservoir to continue to rise. If they don't solve the problem, the dam will break in half an hour. Before Jack could finish his sentence, the walls of the control room are already cracking under the pressure of the water. There's really nothing they can do now. It was John who came up with an extremely risky plan at the critical moment. That is to use the explosion of a nuclear bomb to create a tsunami, so that all the water in the dam will be washed back to the upstream reservoir. But there are 2 prerequisites for this plan. One is that the nuclear bomb must be accurately explode on the rocky slope below the dam, otherwise the blast would destroy the dam. And then they need to turn on the dam's drainage turbine to reverse the flow, to boost the reverse flow. But as John and Lisa headed to the power station to deliver the power, only to find all the lights on in the town, which will undoubtedly lead to a lack of power to start the dam. At that crucial moment, John reaches out to their hacker genius and has him hack into the local police department to send an emergency message to the townspeople to turn off their lights en masse. Soon all the lights went out, and John and his team immediately delivered all the power. Tony and the others have completed the tsunami bomb using the metal furnace. As soon as the solid rock on the outside of the bomb melts, the metal furnace inside will then explode instantly upon contact with water. But just when Tony was about to throw the bomb to the designated location, he threw the bomb directly into the water near the dam. A tragedy was about to unfold. They did not expect the next second miracle happened. After the explosion, the dam was not only not destroyed, and the water in the reservoir was instantly pushed by the shockwave upstream. Thus, the crisis of the dam was successfully solved, and the Scorpion team also successfully used their wisdom to protect the lives and property of thousands of people below the dam.